And then you first hear that noise, and then you turn a natural corner in this underground, whatever it might be, and you begin to see that similar blue light that was beating off one of those flowers, or the flower that you have on your person. And it's surrounding this silhouette of this creature that is just working on it and doesn't really seem to notice you guys or seem to care, per se. But I would still like Winifred to make a stealth check. Or try to make a spunk check. You do get +1 because you are carrying Rags instead of Rags rolling his own stealth check.
Oh, wait. Nice.
You have +1, so you get to add another die to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, I actually rolled pretty well.
The DC was 15.
15.
15. All right. Good, good, good. You're able to quickly hide behind one of the upside down hanging whatever creatures it is. Creature that's working does not seem to notice you. How long did you guys stare at the silhouette, or did you just see a silhouette and go, nope?
Watch it for a minute.
You
I'd say about a minute or so to make sure to say kind of get an idea of like the shape.
okay?
She'd like kind of like sure that Rags is able to see it too.
What we would know from Dungeons and Dragons, it looks like some sort of Yonti. That's what it looks like from the back anyway. It's about 7 feet tall. It's standing up. You notice that it has some sort of tail that goes behind its very makeshift robes, which seem to be made out of all different kinds of animal pelts that have been patchwork sewn together. Their hood is up, but you can see that on the left side of their skull or face, that there's actually these protrusions of what looks like jagged rock coming out of their hood. They have their 2 arms are seeming to be crushing whatever stone this is, and you can hear the sound of hissing water, and you hearing small cries of pain as they are doing this. What do you guys wish to do?
What do you think, Winifred? What should we do with this individual?
I mean, I think they're the one causing trouble.
Or what if they're the one that's trying to stop whatever is happening here?
Either way, I think we're going to be attacked on sight.
So, shall we get the drop on them and attack first?
As you guys are having this conversation, you begin to hear it slowly walk or slither. It's hard to tell by the sounds in here. Over to one of the creatures, with a similar looking, almost identical to the one that you have. That is, not beating. It's similar to yours until it brings it up towards its where you're assuming its mouth is, and then puts it into the creature by stabbing its hand directly into a gaping eye. And then bringing it down, basically down to the elbow into this creature, dropping it down, and then comes out of the eye. And then begins to quickly stitch the eyelid open.
As it's doing that, I would like to let Rags down.
Okay.
And then summon these kind of floating like daggers of blood,
Okay.
or like darts, to fling at it.
Darts like the game darts, or like kunai, like throwing knives of some kind.
Like throwing knives.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a will check to see how many you're actually able to summon successfully. Or solid enough to make solid contact, you know?
Yeah. Do I need to use my summoning check?
No. This is creating blood weapons via will. Do you have a blood weapon skill for them?
I have blood control.
Blood.
Which I believe we said.
Go ahead.
I believe we when we talked about it earlier, we said that blood control does count for these blood weapons.
That's right. It's kind of like the broad spectrum, but it's not specifically. So your blood weapons won't be as strong as if you were specializing in blood weapons. But okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What'd you roll?
Well, I haven't rolled yet because I wanted to make sure I got that.
Yeah. You're totally fine.
Green light. Ooh, I rolled really well. Let's. I actually rolled kind of. I rolled 4 5s and everything else is above a 5.
Nice.
So, 20, 32, 54.
50.
Hurt.
Holy crap! That's impressive. How many dice is that total?
That is 98.
Okay. In case anyone's wondering why Winifred has D8s, typically this is a D8 system, but there's a way to actually increase your
Well,
die.
it's a D6 system.
Right, D6. Thank you. Yes, D6s. There's a way to increase your dice count, but it takes away from your total number of skills you're able to get at low level. I say don't do it if at low level though, because you should figure out how you want to build your character before you start spending a lot of points in anything. She ignored me. It's fine. My feelings weren't damaged too badly. But yeah, so you make about 5 or 6 of these blood daggers / knives. They're not very big, for a dagger. They're maybe only about like 7 inches. That's like maybe the longest one. They all go flying into the back of this creature, and they all seem to impact. And you hear, you have gotten the attention of Uktu as it turns around and looks at you, and you see this creature, half of its face is covered, like I said, and this moon rock gem. One of its eyes is this swirling pool of what almost looks like pure ice wrath. The creature is almost slightly hunchback, as you see that the protrusions, as it removes its top cloak of the crystal, are coming out of its entire left shoulder blade and going down the back almost like spikes that you'd see on the back of a dragon. What is everyone's spunk modifier for initiative?
I don't think you ever explained what that is.
So for initiative, instead of having an actual initiative like roll, what your spike initiative modifier is how many dice you have in the spunk category.
Oh, okay. Mine's 5.
5, okay.
3.
3. You're going second, Rags, and Winifred, you're going last. As you see this creature grab into its back and pull out a large chunk of the crystal, turning it basically into a giant club, and with unnatural speed, it is going to try to take a swing at you, Winifred. Also at you, Rags. Actually, no, Rags has been dropped, so yeah, it's just going to take a swing at Winifred. I need you to roll a evasion check against this creature.
Yes. Remove other die.
And I think this spooky music isn't appropriate for this, don't you guys think?
I mean, we can't hear it on our end.
Oh, that's also true.
Well, we can't, yeah. I rolled a 15 for evasion.
Oh, dear. One second. There we go. You said a 15?
Yeah. Out of 4d6.
Okay. You take 5 points of damage as this creature hits you square in the chest, with this giant club.
Jesus.
How much HP do you have, just for those at home that are curious?
10.
Everyone starts with 10 HP.
You're down to half now.
Yeah.
It is now your turn, Rags.
Rags is going to let his tail come out of the plush, like so you get the long spindly, but like he's still staying in his small form, but the tail itself is like
Yeah.
because he doesn't feel like growing large in this confined space. And he is going to do a slash. So he's gonna let the tail come ripping out, but he's gonna stay in his small form, and he's gonna do like a slashing attack at this creature.
Okay, go for it.
All right,
It is distracted, so you do get +1.
time to grab a 7th spell. They go, don't fail me now. Okay. 12. Uh, 22.
22. Okay. And that was with how many dice? How much damage?
7.
7. You do 1 less damage than you think you would, as you hit it for 5 points of damage. As your type, and you stab it into one of its. Actually, where are you aiming to stab it?
It was more of a general like diagonal slash.
Diagonal slash. Where are you slashing?
Upper right.
Okay.
Or lower left.
Perfect. All right. It goes. Argh! It looks over towards you, and you seem to got its attention. It looks puzzled. Not gonna lie, that this little plushy thing that this woman dropped grew a tail. That was massive. But it's fine. Winifred, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I would like to siphon some life from it.
Okay.
She is going to, after getting that attack, she's going to be very winded. And she's going to be very angry and just wordlessly just kind of put her hand out and just summon whatever magic is needed to just extract its life force from it and just bring it back into herself.
Okay. I need you to do do you have life siphoning specifically?
I do.
Okay. It'll be against its will also, just to let you know.
Alright. Okay. I rolled an 8 on my specialty dice.
Nice.
So I'm gonna re-roll that. Okay. I rolled really well on this too.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad. Don't want your character dying in the first session, that'd be impolite.
He's mathing.
She is
57.
50.
Jesus fuck.
I think we know what Rags is gonna be doing next level. Could be jumping up that spunk to 9 or to D8s. Yeah, that definitely.
I rolled really well.
That
again, I didn't roll. I also got an extra. I technically got an extra dice because I rolled max on my specialty dice.
Yeah, that's legal. I'm just happy. I'm impressed. Yeah, but that definitely beats their 24 by double. So now technically that qualifies as a crit if you can double the person's attack, because at total he would have rolled a 48 if for the crit. But how much did you roll again, Bright?
57.
57. How much damage is that?
A lot.
Just give me the number, please. They do get the 1 for armor, but I don't know if 1 is gonna help.
I don't know what to
How many dice? How many dice did you roll?
How many dice did you roll?
Oh, 9.
So you double that. That's a double. That's a crit.
That's 18.
18.
18. Okay.
18 dice.
Well, it's fine. So how I explain how bosses I create in this game are typically, regular NPCs have 3 to 5. Hero NPCs have maybe 10, like the players, maybe a few more. Then boss monsters have anywhere from 15 to 25. First attack, Bright Swords does 7. Rags, does a solid 6, solid 5. Pretty good.
You
Then-
obliterated this man.
Then 18. That's... Well, mistakes have been made and lessons were learned.
You
So,
obliterated this man.
what, instead of extracting life force like you're saying, you actually stab your hand into this guy's chest, Temple of Doom style, and crush his heart as you drain all of the blood that's beating into it into your body.
You
Slurp,
have
slurp.
obliterated this man.
So yeah, he's dead. I'm so unbelievably proud of you, but also unbelievably angry at the circumstance.
I mean, you designed this game.
No, I did, and I just didn't. I wasn't prepared, and that's on me.
To be fair, I never roll this well.
We're going back to the spooky
The
music.
game wanted you to survive.
I am genuinely shocked.
Oh, and don't forget, now you are full health, so that is good.
Oh, good. You know
The
what? I
dice
was
wanted you to
worried
live.
about
You gain back the 9 HP that your dice would have rolled for you. So
my dice were like, please don't let this one die. All right. Well, she, as you said, she goes up to it and she's just like just wordlessly will just take it and just absorb it back.
okay.
And once she has replenished herself, freaking glowing,
Yeah.
freaking de-aged herself 10 years. She drops this thing just covered in blood now. She's just Carrie, basically, style.
Well, actually, here's the funny thing: when you pull it out, you notice that the guy, except for his crystal part, turns into a raisin, and your hand does not have any blood on it. It's perfectly dry, as you sucked everything that this person had out of him.
I am well moisturized.
You are very moisturize me.
Moisturize me.
Let's not moisturize ourselves on stream, guys, please.
Christ.
But she does that. And, are the scarecrows alive?
No, in fact, all the crystals that they seem to have been preparing go dormant. As this creature seemed to be the caveat of, their magic, and it's fine, but, they were gonna be activated next round, so you guys could also battle them. But it's fine. It's fine. I am genuinely very proud. This was very well
You
done.
did this to yourself.
I did. No, I am aware of what I did.
You married you were married to a DM for so long. You just ooze it, Just I feel bad, but I'm also proud of myself.
You shouldn't feel bad. I gave this guy D6s for his will. I should have given him D8s.
I just made our lives so much harder for Rags and Winifred. Like,
No, you guys would have definitely still
You
survived that.
managed to roll so well that now we're like, oh fuck, no.
yeah.
But the area is yours to explore for any spoils if you are interested.
Yeah, we'll explore. What is
Rags?
Rags' reaction to this right now? I'm curious.
That is
Rags
facts, Emerald.
lets his tail come back inside, and like the tail heals itself up like it again, like nothing even happened. That's his specialty. And he's like looking at Winifred, and he's just like, Well, it seems I found someone very useful to be hanging around with in this new hellscape.
I don't appreciate pain being inflicted upon me.
I would I wouldn't expect you to enjoy that.
But if you would, that'd be perfectly acceptable. Just don't demand other people to, have the same beliefs as you do.
Jesus Christ.
She will fix herself up a little bit. Like she'll like adjust her glasses and straighten out her coat. And she'll be like, I'm going to look around and see if there's anything of use here. I'm gonna start this direction.
I would
You
like.
said there was the massive crystal, right?
So, yes, if you'd like to go over to. So, there wasn't a massive crystal, there was a massive pile of crystals that they seem to be working with. If you would like both to make brain checks for investigation, you certainly can. Rags, if you're looking specifically for where those bits of soul might be, you can go ahead and make a will check instead.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do the will check.
You got it.
She's looking more for like marbles. She's looking for like anything that kind of gives a magical aura.
20 on the will check.
Okay, to another will check. If you're looking for like a detect magic or arc, that can
check?
still be brains, or you could try to use a detect magic spell that would be will, which would be a DC of 15 for you.
Okay, I'll do the will check then, for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
30.
30? Okay. Good to know. Rags, as your eyes refocus into seeing the realms between and the how or where the spirit goes before it's sent to one of the planes, whether it be the heavens or the hells or the purgatories, you do notice that the bits of souls are around. They're inside the gems, basically. However, because it's been less than 60 seconds after this happened, you do notice that they're all beginning to be reformed with their body as all of the... or reformed with their souls as they're all going back to where they were. Because of your heritage / what your character is, if you would like, you may try to take a little taste of some of those delectable soul-like things. However, that might cause your character to have some unknown side effects, because this is not typically how your character would dine on such cuisine.
He tilts his head to the side. Can he tell, like, the basic... Okay, this is gonna sound really weird. Can he tell the basic physiologic... Like, when he looks at a soul, is it like Ghost Whisperer style, or is it like... It's just like an orb?
It's not a will-o-wisp like from Brave. Right now, looks like little... It's just bits and pieces right now, right? So at this moment, that is a bit of an orb, basically trying to go back to the rest of its body, because spirits take the form of what their previous, body was, because that makes sense. Ghosts and all that jazz. But because this is a shard, basically it is just a little orbital thing.
Alright.
You can't tell what kind of spirit it is, though, just by looking at it. It's not like you have like a name tag, like, oh, that's a rat, oh, that's a human, oh, but you can just tell by looking at it.
You said they're trying to go back to their bodies, right?
Correct, or just go back to where the rest of their spirit was, isolated.
I want to follow one to make because he wants to make sure he's not eating a human one.
Sure. Easy enough to do. You go back a ways, back to where you go to, actually the nearest one to you would be the summoned spirit of the bat that is slowly thawing in Winifred's, bag. However, because it is a summoned animal, you'd also know that, it will slowly evaporate just back to the plane that it came from. So, if you want to try to nibble an astral sea or like a fey creature spirit, you certainly can, but you have to explain to Winifred what you're doing inside their coin purse or their corpse satchel. I don't know what kind of satchel you put it in.
Satchel.
A corpse satchel. Okay.
He just looks up at Winifred and he's just like, so, This thing is going to just vanish anyway. Do you mind if I just have the little soul thing that's wanting to go back inside of it?
Yeah, and she'll like kind of without like she'll look down, just yeah, and then without looking, she'll like kind of drop it down.
All right. He like undoes the stitching on his jaw and lets the mouth open, and because like while yes he's in a plush body, he can like adjust it to have like little bits and pieces, so like the
Mm-hmm.
stitching loosens up to the point where the mouth can like go.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
I
almost
got you.
like the stitching was like it's almost like the stitching was keeping it closed,
Mm-hmm.
and when he loosens it, it just kind of like flops open.
Yeah.
And he just goes,
Excellent.
help.
Okay. I need you to roll me a will check. DC 20.
Perfect. It's a 16.
16. You feel a primal urge that you have not experienced since you were awakened or you came to after whatever happened. So much so that your body begins to contort unnaturally by most, but for a demon being possessed by a doll, not so much. But you grow into your true form and you begin to act like a rabid dog, just munching on all the spirits that are trying to run away. No true control for about the next minute. Whatever. It looks like he just transforms and begins to go around trying to bite at nothing, like how a dog does when there's a fly and you just can't see the fly.
Which is funny considering the fact that I have a strong feeling this cavern is not fit to fit a 10-foot tall, 12-foot
Surprisingly,
long.
well, the 12-foot long part's a bit of an issue, but this place is set up to have all of their little, the guys, uh, soldiers that he was crafting. So, and those guys were pretty tall. Those guys were like 8.5 feet to 9 feet tall. So like there was
Yeah, but
room.
yeah, so Winifred is seeing that fucking creature in the drawing that I resent in chat, just going around trying to eat, practically in her eyes, nothing.
I will say this. You take 1 point of insanity damage, which cannot be healed in a long rest, and only certain items can replenish that, and unfortunately that is not available to you by the end of this session. Your character has permanent damage until you're able to find a cure for it.
Okay.
Take too many of those, your character will either die or basically become unplayable because, they've lost their shit.
They've lost their mind.
Does that seem fair to you?
I think that seems fair.
Excellent. While Rags is trying to catch a bug that you can't see, looking around, you find a couple things that are definitely more interesting. You find a small chest that has no lock on it. You figure this guy wasn't expecting guests, much less murderers. As you flip it open, you find a scroll with some sort of spell in it. 2 bits of dragon root, and actually you find 2 of these things. But you don't recognize what they are because as you're just looking through it, there's a green cloak that surrounds something. As you open it up, the green cloak vanishes from your hands, and you see these 2 large vials. They are about the size. I don't know. What's the best way to describe their size? I actually have a bottle right next to me. Hang on, let me see how many ounces this is. It's maybe like an 18-ounce glass jar / vial. The contents inside is a mixture of sky blue, mixing in with this forever forest green and golden dust just sparkling around it. On it, there is a note, a gift. Use it well. That's all of the really interesting things. Also, this creature's ledger, but I don't know if you'd be really interested in that and discovering how to take soul bits and put them into, soldiers after crushing it down with a very rare stone. You also can take some of the bits of stone, but you are not proficient in dealing with infusing magical items.
She will take it for safekeeping.
Okay.
As well as, may I take 5 stones?
How big?
Like, medium fist?
Alright, you have 5 fist-sized chunks of moonstone. And you have Utak the craftsman's ledger. At this point, Rags, you come down from your high. With the worst hangover that you've had as a doll. Which, to be fair, is probably your first.
He shrinks back down, and he just kind of flops.
She will, after putting those other things in her satchel, she will pick them up, pick up Rags and put them over her shoulder again.
I'm never doing that again.
There.
Okay.
What's funny about him, the way he talks, is like his mouth doesn't move at all when he talks, so it's only just a voice.
So you're like King from Owl House?
Pretty much. The mouth doesn't move, it's just a voice that comes out of him.
Yep.
I was
That's
thinking
exactly how King is.
more like the animal forms from Fruit Basket, where like they'll talk, but they actually don't like say anything, or their mouths don't move. But yeah,
That too.
there are many different versions of that story. But you guys are able to climb your way back up, avoid the trap that does reset because I'm being nice to you guys.
Mhm.
Inform the people, and they give you each 5 marbles.
Okay.
And they do actually they are willing to sell you a lantern if you'd like one, or they will give you each a lantern if you would like to have one on your person, so you don't have to worry about being in the dark places again.
Would you like a lantern?
Yeah, I'll take one.
3 marbles for 1.
Do
Okay.
you want to pay for it, or do you want me to pay for it?
I'll pay for it.
Also, like, you know how some plushies will have, like... Actually, he doesn't have a zipper, but, like, he'll, like, to store things like the marbles, he's gonna, like, he's gonna, like, open up the belly and, like, put the marbles in there and then close the belly again of his body.
Okay.
And again, there's
Cool.
no, like, seam there or anything. There's no sign that that should open, but it does, and then it, like, stitches itself back closed, like it never happened.
Nice. Nice. And you guys completed this mission. Well done.
Yay.
That was the end of the session. Orin says thank you, and you have made an ally that you may call upon if you do need some assistance down the line.
Perfect.
Everyone that came by to watch, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this little adventure. I think our players did, and we'll probably be continuing this if everything works out. Awesome. Hopefully our other player will be able to join us. Hopefully they're having a good rest of their evening. Thank you all so much for coming by. Happy Halloween. And before we close up, Rags, Winifred, do you want to just go ahead and self-promote all that fun stuff before we head off?
I am KingDamonicGaming. I have the same name here on Twitch, as well as my YouTube. You can find me there. And I like to upload a variety of games, but I love to play horror, mostly. Hop on there if you ever want to watch me. I stream Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays.
I am BrightsSwordSys, aka Mallory. I have a Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok under all the same name. I don't post regularly on any of them. Oh, and also my Twitch is the same. Feel free to follow me on all of those, though, if you don't already. But otherwise, I do stream here on Brett's channel, which is twitch.tv/justbrett. And he streams every single day, so go follow him and subscribe.
Oh, you. But yes, my name is Just Brett. I'm also known as Paladad or the Cloak DM. And it is very good to be DMing on a platform like this again. It's a lot of fun. I was glad to be able to do this, and I hope to continue to do it in the future. But yes, I do stream every day. Sometimes twice, sometimes 3 times. I do video games, I do game design, and sometimes I just chat. So, if you want to hang out, please do. But as always, thank you very much for being here. My name is Just Brett, and grab a cloak. It's cold outside. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys being here. It's always a blast to do things with you guys, whether it be on Twitch, or over here on YouTube, or even TikTok. Around me, hopefully, if I can set this up properly, links to my other places where you can watch my stuff. If you want to see what I look like and me talk more about Dungeons and Dragons and other fun stuff, check out my TikTok. If you like the way I edit my videos / the style, check out my Fiverr. If you want to see me stream, I stream every day on Twitch. I have a lot of fun there. It's right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Check out my Instagram and Twitter also. Y'all have a great rest of your day, and as always, grab a cloak. It's cold outside.